Hello again, and welcome back once more. It is Chris here, and in this video, we are going to be discussing or answering the question of which one has more fullness, a circle skirt or a gathered skirt. This video is a part of the series of videos that I was making answering different questions about the comparisons between a circle skirt and a gathered skirt. Anyway. So let's talk about this a little bit. So, circle skirt or a gathered skirt. Now, you could essentially get a lot of fullness out of either one. So, really, you really could, I don't want to say get an infinite amount of fullness out of either one because there's only so much fabric that you can sew to a waistline, but then again, you could almost sew an infinite amount of fabric to a waistline. And then there's so many different ways to attach a gathered skirt or a gathered section, and that's where it gets real funny. You can attach it different ways, so you don't have to just go for something being attached right to the waist. So let's talk about those. Let's say the way you attach it. So that's one thing we need to talk about. And then, let's see, the other one we will say, let's see, different ways to get fullness. Okay, I'm going to try to show you a bunch of different ways, as many as I can without going completely crazy and rambling all day long. Okay, so anyway, okay, now let's do, I'm going to do circle stuff, I'm going to put it over here, and then gathered stuff, I'll put it over there. Okay, now, number one, the different ways to get fullness. Okay, well, no, let's do the gathered first, just because I like the circle more, so I want to save that stuff for a second. Okay, gathered stuff. You could get fullness essentially, the obvious way. You could just take a piece of fabric and you could just make it as big and as wide as you want it. And then you're just gathering it down, right? That's all a gathered skirt is, okay? Now, if you want to be more particular, you could take your actual skirt, like your basic block skirt, and you could actually slash it and spread it and make it really wide like this. So in the previous video, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. In the previous video, I was telling you how to get a circle skirt essentially from a basic skirt. And like I said, you could take this and you could slash it and spread it that way. But you could also take this and slash it and spread it horizontally a few more times. And then you could spread it this way, so you would have something that, looks like, let's say that. And then you could have your other piece here. Boop, 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 boop. And then the other piece looks like this. And then that. Boop, boop again, and then that again. And then that again. And then this. Oops. Okay. So, sorry that took me a second. Okay, so essentially you could do that. I mean, the obvious thing that you're coming out with is a big rectangle, more or less. So you don't have to do that for each section just to get your skirt. You can just, it's essentially a rectangle. So just make a rectangle and be done with it, But if you have to go through this process just for your own understanding, do whatever you want to do. Excuse me. But you can do it that way. Now, I don't know if you remember in one of the other videos. If you haven't watched that, please go back and check out one of the other videos. Let's see, which one was it? In this one, I think the very first one, I was talking about this thing I'm about to mention now. In the very first circled or gathered skirt, which one is better? I was actually going over, okay, if you have a long rectangular piece of fabric, and it's this long by, or I'm sorry, this wide by that long, then you're going to do this and this and that, and you're just going to gather it up. Well, the way that I got that amount was by taking the waistline or whatever I'm going to attach it to, the seam I'm going to attach it to, and multiplying that by 3. That way we have a decent amount of fullness, right? So you can multiply this by any number you want. If you don't want that many gathers and you want it to be very, kind of thin and not a whole lot of fullness, you could just multiply it by 2. If you want more fullness, do 3, or go up to 4, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10. Once you get into bigger numbers, you have to remember, though, that's going to be a lot of fabric stuffed into the seam. Oh, excuse me. The seam that you're going to attach it to. And so it's going to give you different effects as you get more and more fabric. And then, of course, your hemline is going to grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger, or wider and wider and wider. It's still not going to have differences in grain line. And that is something that, if you want, you can add that to your rectangle. So you could essentially have a big, long rectangle. And then if you wanted to add a little difference in the way that the hem falls, or the grain line of the skirt, you could essentially break it up, let's say, into 3 pieces. And then you could spread this and make it slightly circular. So you could go from here, and then you could have the next piece here. Then the next piece could be going this way. And then you can draw it in like that. And then you can smooth this out. So now you essentially have a skirt that it's a circle skirt that just has to be gathered down. So you could do both of those, just depending on how you want the hem to sit. And then this hem is gonna flounce and flop all over the place just because of what you did to it. Also, I don't know if you know what a flounce is, and I think I might have mentioned it in my other video, but essentially a flounce is a circular piece of fabric that is being sewn to something else, and we'll get into that here. We'll say A could be the seam you attach it to, and then B could be actually the sewing method itself. Okay. Now, I don't have a whole lot to talk to you about on this one, but I got a few little ideas on it. So, anyway. Okay. So, we talked about that. You could do this. You could take a big gathered skirt, and you could just make it super, super big. And, of course, or at least I'm hoping the bigger it gets, you'll probably end up running into some seam problems, or you have to use a seam as a solution. So maybe you'll have a seam there, and maybe you'll have a seam there, and then you'll just attach these, attach, and then you just sew them all down. Now, with a circle skirt, to get more fullness, so you could do one circle, and that could be the whole skirt there, and this could be the full waist, and then this is the hem. Or we could say like one waist there. Okay. Or you could do multiple circles. And this essentially could actually only equal half of the waist. And this could be the other half of the waist. And so now you've essentially have the amount of fullness that 2 circles skirts would give you, without having the bulkiness at the waist or whatever seam that is. Because all of that fullness, because it's being gathered down, is going to have to go somewhere. And so you could attach it in here, but just know that it's going to be thicker. And also, if you don't have the right needles and stuff, you could run the risk of breaking your needle while you're sewing repeatedly through all of this fullness. Now, you could, if you wanted an easier hemline to work with, or waistline to work with when you're sewing, and you don't have specialty needles or don't have time, I would do the prettier of the two skirts anyway. Now, of course, you're going to end up with a seam, because if you're going to do two circles, you're automatically going to end up with at least two seams, just because you can get away with one seam on one full circle. Once you start putting more than one circle together, you're going to end up with some seams, just because you're going to have to use more than one piece of fabric. So essentially, you can make each of these the side seams, and that way you won't have any problems on the center front and the center back. And maybe you'll put the zipper in the side, and that'll be easier for you. But essentially, and then what this will look like is double the amount of a circle, So everything will happen, I guess, kind of twice as fast on this type of circle skirt. And when I say twice as fast, I mean there'll basically be twice as many different flares and dips and curves and stuff in it. So anyway, okay. So I told you that, and of course you can add more and more and more and more. If you wanted this to be 1/3 of the waist, you can make that 1/3 of the waist, and then you make 3 skirts. So you have one whole skirt, but you have 3 circles that you put together in it. So so I mean that part is limitless, more or less. As long as you can sew it into the skirt, you could really probably use as many full circles as you wanted to. And then your hem is going to be really, really crazy full, and it's going to float and do all this stuff everywhere, all over the skirt, and you'll have so much room. Just like those, there's some kind of dress that I've seen that even when it's some kind of dancing dress for somebody's culture, I want to say it's a Spanish speaking culture, but it's a big long dress, and the dress very similar to how this does, like the person will be dancing in it, and let's say she's here and she's grabs her skirt like that, and the whole skirt the rest of the skirt is still on the ground, even though she's holding up a big section of the skirt. And I'm pretty sure that skirt has several circles or whatever in it. And if not, it's just a big old gathered skirt. But either way, it looks nice, it's fancy, and it looks great when they dance with it. So hope you guys can hear me. If you have any issues hearing me, please let me know in the comments so I can do better on my new videos, or on the videos that I make in the future. So okay, this is coming up on 13 minutes, so let's try to wrap this up really quickly. So we talked about being able to make multiple circles. We talked about making this as big as possible. Now let's talk about the way that you attach it. Okay, of course it's gonna have to be sewn to something. Okay, so you could start like in one of these, and you could just sew it to the waist. But also, as we know, you can have this type of fullness or this type of design, meaning the type of the design that that skirt is. You can put that essentially anywhere. You can put it on a sleeve, and you could have, this wonderful circle sleeve, that kind of looks like this. Everybody's like, ooh, how did you make that? It's so pretty. And, maybe they don't understand. It's just a nice little circle, So maybe you'll have it on the sleeves. Maybe it's something asymmetrical, and you started with this, but you want to, let's say there's a seam that goes across this dress like this, and maybe you want it to start here, and you're doing this type of number. You're doing that, blam, blam, bam, 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 bam. Okay? So you could do that and have that going on. Or you could put extra stuff up here, you could put extra stuff down here. So the circular thing can go for anything. Here you would just have to find out how long you want this to be, because maybe you want it to come all the way around here and then stop there, and maybe you have another seam there, and there it stops there, bloop, bloop, da 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 da. Okay, so you have a circle skirt with another circle skirt attached to it inside of the seam. So maybe it's some major super duper circle stuff, and maybe you love circles and you want circles everywhere. So But anyway, so all you have to do is just find out how long you want that to be, and this is going to be the part that attaches, and so you would just make that length, you know, and that way you can do that. Also, same thing with just something that's gathered. This doesn't have to be a circular flounce with just a flat edge there. This could be gathered into that seam, you know. So there's a lot of different decorative things that you can do with that. Now, as far as this, especially if you're in a thicker fabric or in a fabric that maybe you just have a whole bunch of fullness. Oh, excuse me. I do apologize. Maybe you got a whole bunch of fullness going on. You might need to do what they call cartridge pleating. So, cartridge pleating is essentially what happens when, let's see, we'll draw this like this. And then we'll do that. So this is essentially all sewn very tightly together. Okay. Then we have that, and then it flows from here. Okay, but this is all sewn very tightly together, so that you get these kind of almost these folds in together. That's kind of like this. I feel like I've seen ribbon or something done like that. Or even if you look at the side of this, it might give you a slight idea of what cartridge pleating looks like. Cartridge pleating or cartridge gathering or whatever. So it'll look like this, you know, essentially if you're looking at it straight on, and then it'll have some kind of finished edge or something on the top, and then after the parts where it's sewn really tightly together, then the fabric releases on the bottom. I think it is I want to say a medieval technique, but I feel like I'm going to be really, really wrong. But it's something that has been used in older garments in the past. So anyway, but that's another idea when you get a whole lot of fullness, or if you get a thicker fabric, or a little bit of both, and you're wondering how you're going to sew that to that. Of course, your bodice or whatever you're attaching it to is going to have to be a little longer. So maybe it'll come down to here, the bodice behind it. And then you'll take the cartridge pleated stuff, and it'll be pleated like that. And then it'll just sit on top, and then everything will flow from there. So I hope you guys could see that. But anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I think that is about all I had. Yeah, that's about all I had on that one. So yeah, if you have any other questions or anything, please let me know. I hope I did a decent job explaining that, and that I didn't ramble too much. But that time goes by really, really fast when you're trying to explain something. So anyway, like I said, give me some questions if you got some. It doesn't have to be just over this. It could be over something else. But anyway, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.